Okay, so let's talk about these pinwheels and what you're going to need. The way I'm going to make it is a little bit different than the way the program wants you to. So this is the pinwheel template. This is what it'll look like at the end. Now, what you're going to need is the template, some tape, glue, a brass, a thumbtack, and a straw. Today I'm probably going to use a nicer one, but some sort of a straw. So the first part is we're going to decorate this pinwheel, but remember you're going to fold the pinwheel in. So if you decorate it, think about if you want to decorate the back, the front, both, or just one or the other. Also, I'm using color pencils because you don't want to weigh the paper down too much. And I'm just using regular paper instead of cardstock because, again, you don't want the paper to weigh too much. The more weight, the more difficult it will be for your pinwheel to spin. All right, we're going to cut this template out. So if you do not have a hole puncher, you could use a thumbtack to hole punch everything. I'm going to do a little hole punch here. So what you're going to do is, for this middle one, it might be difficult for your hole puncher to reach. So again, you can either just use a thumbtack, or I'm gonna very carefully try to cut that hole. Just a smidge. Then I'm going to pop a hole in each of the circles. Actually, go this way so we can actually see the hole a bit better. Okay, so now you're going to cut on the line of the pinwheel. Okay, so this is the step now where you're going to pull in all of your pieces, okay? Now, when you pull them in, we need to make sure there's some glue here to glue it down. So right away, I'm going to put the glue just in the center. Now, when you gather up the pieces, you want to line it up with the hole. Don't press this down, just press it down there. There's 1, 2, 3, and last but not least, 4. Now is time for the little brass. So put the brass through. Now, if you feel like this is coming undone, you can put a very small piece of tape in the middle, but again, you want to be careful because you don't want to tape too much down. So I'm just going to put a small little piece there. So now is the part where you're definitely going to need your thumbtack. Okay, so now is the part where you're going to use a thumbtack to punch in a hole. This straw is going to be easier to punch a hole in because this one is pretty thick, but we're going to do our best. Okay. Actually, it wasn't too bad, but here's the thing. This hole is going to have to be bigger to make sure that the brass can fit into it. So there we go. Okay, so when this goes in, you're going to want to put it in sideways, and you'll see why in a moment. Here. So ready. The reason you're going to turn it just a bit is because you're going to have to fold this over. Okay, so last step. This is really tight right now, and you want it to be kind of loose. So you might, what you're going to have to do is make sure there's a little bit extra room